Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.
Now this is the story, but this story has great significance. Daruka, one meaning of Daruka Vana is a forest of deodar trees. But the other meaning of Daruka, Daruka literally means a puppet. So this whole world is Daruka Vana. And we all are puppets. And who is the one who is controlling us? Is the puppeteer, is the Supreme Lord. But we think that there is no God. We think whatever we are able to achieve is through our actions, our achievements, our efforts. And so we believe in karma. But from where did this power to act come? Till the presence of the Lord is not there in us, we can't act. Bhagwan is karma adhyaksha. So it is by grace of the Lord alone that we are able to act. And we should use this power of action to discover that Supreme Lord by purifying our mind, by dedicating our actions to that Lord. These rishis had acquired many siddhis. So through our actions, we achieve many things in the world. But do we feel fulfilled? Some incompleteness, emptiness always remains. And so we think more I achieve, more wealth I have, more power I have, more enjoyments I have, I will become more happy, which is what the rishis were doing. And in that pursuit of more and more and more, they forgot the main cause, the Supreme Lord. These rishis were living in the forests, away from the sense pleasures of the world. And yet the Mohini avatar of the Lord just tempted them so easily. So even self-control, if one has, until it is not anchored in devotion, that self-control will break very soon. The rishis were so upset that our wives went behind this mendicant and they were angry with their wives and the mendicant and they were running behind them. But the rishis themselves got carried away by Mohini. How quick we are to judge other people. And is it not true that many times what we fight or what we resist, we become that? The rishis were very powerful and the power had got into their head. They had great ego. So in spite of the tapasya that they are doing, in spite of all the rites, rituals they are doing, their ego was very high. And they used that power, the ego, the siddhis, to attack the Lord himself. So many times we forget that whatever we have is by the grace of the Lord. Gratitude goes away from our heart. We start becoming very egoistic. We use the very actions, we use the very knowledge of science, technology, advancements, logic, cause, effect to deny the very Supreme. Not only deny the Supreme, even attack. Even when the Lord himself is there right in front of them, they were not able to recognize the Lord because ego had deluded them. Same way, the whole universe is an appearance of the Lord, but we are not able to see the Lord. And we ask, where is God? Which God? There is no God. What else are we seeing except God? One father and the son, they were driving on the road and the father saw it was written on the wall and he told his son, see what is written there. God is nowhere. The son looked at it and said, Daddy, please see clearly. It is saying God is now here. The mind which has gratitude, which has humility, can see the Lord everywhere. And the mind which does not have this doesn't see the Lord anywhere. In spite of all power and achievement, the emotional anchoring was not there. The rishis as well as their wives did not have emotional anchoring. They loved each other, no doubt, but when the mendicant and the Mohini avatar happened, they got very easily carried away. Same way in our life, our mind is so fickle. It needs an anchor. And the true anchor can only be the Lord. When the mind gets anchored in the Lord, then nothing can tempt the mind, nothing can disturb our mind. Any challenge we are able to overcome, being grounded, rooted, anchored in the Lord. So we should ask ourselves, in what is my mind anchored? Is it anchored in actions? Is it anchored in achievements? Is it anchored in temporary relationships? Is it anchored in some power? Is it anchored in my ego? Or is it anchored in the Supreme? Even when the rishis attacked the Lord, the tiger, symbol of aggression, the deer, the symbol of fickleness, elephant, the symbol of lust, Serpents, the symbol of death, apasmara, the symbol of ignorance. Bhagwan destroyed many of them and Bhagwan subdued apasmara. We also try to do the same with the Lord. Our fickle mind doesn't anchor in the Lord. Our aggression doesn't allow us to do sadhana. It doesn't even believe the existence of the Lord. Our lust and passion distract us completely. Our own desires completely kill us moment by moment, but we don't recognize it. And our ignorance doesn't allow us to recognize the self within. And with these five, we live in the world. We are also disturbed, others are also disturbed because of this. The rishis got carried away by Mohini, but they never took responsibility or they never accepted that it is their flaw. They blamed the young mendicant and they said it is because of him that all this has happened. Our wives went behind him, we went behind Mohini, and we were cheated by Mohini. Where is the question of being cheated? They were cheating each other. The wives and husbands were cheating each other by going behind the mendicant and Mohini. But they did not have the courage to accept that. They blamed the Lord. Many times we don't have the courage to own up our mistakes, take responsibility for our actions, and we always blame my parents, my spouse, my siblings, my neighbors, this government, or if nothing, the planet. Somebody or the other is responsible for my life and what I go through in my life, except me. Spiritual mind and a seeker will always take responsibility, accept with humility, I made a mistake. Why did Bhagwan do all this Leela? He could have just manifested as Lord Shiva and gave them the knowledge and told them that action will not lead you to fulfillment, knowledge alone will. But if the Lord had done that, the rishis would not have realized. So Bhagwan had to make them understand the limitations of the actions that they are doing, had to make them understand the limitations of their own mind, their own powers, their own siddhis, and make them receptive. See the compassion of the Lord that he made the rishis receptive. Though the rishis attacked him, out of great compassion, he accepted them when they surrendered and not only gave them the knowledge but also removed their doubts and made them realize the absolute. To that glorious Lord Shankara, our salutations, that may the Lord help us. We are all the rishis of Darukavana. May the Lord also help us by making us receptive, by destroying our ignorance, by removing all our doubts and making us one with him and make us experience supreme bliss.
Om Namah Shivaya. Om Namah Shivaya.